All right, welcome back to Ringside with Ryan, where I am joined with 11-year-old WWE superfan, my son, Ryan. And today's episode is a special one. We're paying tribute to a true legend, the man who defined wrestling for generations, Hulk Hogan. Ryan, what was your first thoughts when you heard the sad news this week about the passing of Hulk Hogan?
I was sad and I was kind of surprised. And we're just WWE family. It's really sad to lose a legend.
Yeah, me too, man. I kind of felt the same way. I grew up on Hulk Hogan as a kid. He was a hero to millions, from the music to the muscles, the crowd chants to the catchphrases. Nobody really did it like the Hulkster. Rest in peace to the Immortal One. And we are excited to honor him with our episode this week of Ringside with Ryan, where we count down our top 5 Hulkamania moments. Ryan, you ready to get started?
Let's run wild, brother.
All right, Ryan. So at number 5, we had Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania 2002. It was icon versus icon. The crowd in Toronto did not sit down the entire match. Ryan, your thoughts on this match?
The match was good, but the reason why that is such a legendary moment for Hulk Hogan is that intense stare down with Hulk Hogan and The Rock before the match. And then they'll start running wild.
Yeah, maybe one of the most epic pre-match stare downs in WWE history. I agree. That was like a goosebump moment for me. My favorite moment of that match, Ryan, was the respect at the end, where they raised each other's hands and they walked out together. Definitely two legends in the moment. So that was definitely a top 5 moment for us. Number 4, Ryan, let's jump right into it. Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. This is throwing it back, way back in the day. WrestleMania 6 in 1990. It was title versus title, good guy versus good guy. Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. It was epic. Ryan, your thoughts on this match?
Well, Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, that match was a banger. The Hulk Hogan did end up losing, but Ultimate Warrior will live forever.
I love it. It was an emotional match, Ryan. You said Hogan did lose. He obviously lost that match to Warrior. But the way, he handed the belt to the Ultimate Warrior showed his class, passing the torch, but still having, some class man-to-man with the Warrior there. So it was definitely legendary.
Yes.
All right, Ryan. So this one is touchy for a lot of people because I still remember this match. We're going to call it the NWO heel turn for Hulk Hogan. This was that bash at the beach in 1996. Fans were stunned. There was trash flying into the ring. Kids were crying in the crowd. Hogan walked out and literally just broke all the Hulkamaniacs. Ryan, what was your thought about this match?
Well, when I first watched it for the first time, the interview person backstage, he was like, I kind of recognize this voice. I don't know where I've heard it from, but I can hear it in this room. But he ended up being Hulk Hogan. And that leg drop he did on Macho Man and Beach was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. I think one of the biggest shocks in WWE history, my opinion. But sometimes, Ryan, to stay on top, you got to reinvent yourself. And Hogan did just that. It had the fans engaged for years to follow. So respect on that move for Hulk.
And that was one of the biggest heel turns I've ever seen. But the biggest heel turn I've ever seen is obviously John Cena turning heel.
That's interesting because that's, something that's unfolding right now. Fans kind of reacting very similar to how they did to Hulkster back in the day.
Yep.
All right. So, Ryan, number 2, we went back and forth on this one, but our number 2 moment was Hulkamania, when Hulkamania was born. And that was all the way back to 1984 with his title win versus the Iron Sheik. And Ryan, that was even before I was born. So, I had to watch the old VHS cassette tapes to watch this match unfold. This is really where the legend began. Hogan beat the Iron Sheik to win his first WWE title and championship. It was nuts. People were going crazy. Ryan, what was your thoughts on this one?
Well, in this, I've only seen when he's held up the belt above his head and he was like, I am your new champion. And he was a really good champion. The Iron Sheik, that leg drop he did on the Iron Sheik was amazing. And that's how Hulkamania was born, brother.
You're right. I think that was the exact moment Hulkamania was literally born right in front of our eyes. That match literally launched the golden age of wrestling. Without it, we might not be sitting here today talking about it. So props to Hulkamania being born. All right, Ryan, this is probably arguably the most, our next match, our next pick, our number one pick might be the most iconic moment in wrestling history. This is when Hulk Hogan slams Andre the Giant, going all the way back to WrestleMania III in 1987. One of the most iconic moments in wrestling history. Almost 100,000 fans. The impossible happened where Hogan picked him up and body slammed him. Ryan, what was your thoughts on this?
The first time I saw that, there was no way he would pick up a 7'4" man, over 500-pound man, and body slam him. But he did, and that face Andre the Giant made when he got slammed was funny to react to. And then Hulk Hogan bounced off the ropes, and then the crazy leg drop, which made history, and that will forever be in the WWE history books.
You're right, man. It was like a movie scene. Nobody thought it could happen. Hogan did it. He literally blew the roof off the place. That moment will live forever. And that's what I think about when I think about Hulk Hogan and his Hulkamania legacy. So, Ryan, kind of wrapping up here, we all know there's never going to be another Hulk Hogan. He made wrestling global. He inspired kids, gave hopes to fans, and entertained millions. Ryan, any final thoughts about kind of the legacy of Hulk Hogan as we wrap up the show?
I just want to say Hulkamania will run forever.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It sure will. And to our fans, we want you to drop those comments. Your favorite Hulkamania memory in the comments below. If you love this tribute, please hit that like button and share it with another wrestling fan. Ryan, we still got the merch store up. Anything you want to say about the merch store?
Go get some merch. We have hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and long sleeve shirts. We have all that. Anything you could imagine. Make sure to subscribe and like this video and comment down below what video do you want us to do next?
Good idea. Good idea, Ryan. Looking forward to seeing those comments. Well, folks, until next time, we will see you ringside.